Daniel Carter had become very good at smiling. He practiced it every morning in the bathroom mirror, teeth just visible, lips curved but not too much, eyes not darting. He knew people noticed darting eyes. In the break room at work, Daniel kept conversations short. He'd read somewhere that people trust you more if you let them speak 60% of the time. So he asked questions, nodded, and hid the way his mind sometimes split into overlapping scenes. One where he was here, pouring coffee, and another where the coffee pot was a glistening, boiling thing whispering his name. Daniel suffered from schizoaffective disorder, though he had never told anyone at the office. He had learned to silence most of his responses to the voices that didn't shout anymore but murmured in suggestive tones. They came strongest when he was tired or stressed. Once during a meeting, he thought he saw the walls bending ever so slightly inward. His boss droned on about quarterly revenue, and Daniel kept his hands flat on the table, pressing against the urge to check if the wood was actually rippling. He'd learned the technique from his therapist. Anchor yourself in the moment. Touch something real. Out in public, Daniel adopted mirroring, a psychological trick where you subtly copy another person's movements to blend in. He learned it from watching others, the way normal people laughed at the right time or leaned in at certain words. The truth was, Daniel didn't want anyone to know how hard it was to seem ordinary. He feared the look people gave when they realized something was off, that tightening in their eyes, that small step back. One afternoon, walking home, he passed a man in a hoodie who glanced at him. The man kept walking, but Daniel froze. For 5 minutes, he was convinced that the stranger was circling back to follow him. His heart raced. He could hear the faint buzz of the street lamp overhead like a wasp caught in glass. It took everything in him to keep moving, to keep his pace steady, to not turn around. He reminded himself, just because you think it's happening doesn't mean it is. That was his mantra now. Daniel arrived home, locked the door, and let out a breath. The smile slipped from his face. He could stop acting now, until tomorrow morning, when he'd put the mask back on again.